There is a devastating truth that no motivational guru wants to admit. The difference between those who fail and those who master their destiny isn't due to talent, luck, or connections. It is something much simpler and more terrifying. Losers wait for the perfect moment. Winners force themselves to move forward even when everything tells them to stop. Right now, as you listen to these words, there are thousands of people with exactly the same dreams as you, but most will die without ever achieving them. Not for lack of opportunity. It's because they lack the will to act when it hurts. Let me destroy the most dangerous lie in your mind. You don't need to feel ready to begin. That action comes from inspiration, that when your time comes, you'll know it. This belief is slowly killing you. I, Brian Tracy, have spent decades observing how success really works. I have worked with millionaires, elite athletes, and world leaders. I assure you that none of them waited to feel ready. They all learned the same brutal secret. Action is not the daughter of motivation. Motivation is the daughter of action. While you wait for the perfect emotional state, someone else is already walking in to take your place. While you seek more clarity, he is building with the pieces he has. While you prepare, he has already arrived. Every day you put it off is a day you give to your competition. Every excuse you make for yourself gives your competition an advantage. Every tomorrow I'll start is a silent confession of defeat. But here's the part no one tells you. Forcing yourself to act every day is not torture. It's liberation. The moment you stop negotiating with yourself and eliminate the option of not following through, something extraordinary happens. Your mind stops looking for excuses. Your energy becomes focused. Your character becomes stronger. People believe that discipline limits them. The reality is that indiscipline enslaves you. Indiscipline makes you a prisoner of your impulses, a hostage to your emotions, and a slave to your excuses. A disciplined person doesn't act because they feel like it. They act because they have already decided who they are. That identity is not affected by fatigue, doubt, or discomfort. Listen to me carefully. Each day you allow yourself to break your promises. You train your mind to fail. Each time you say, "I can't do it today," without a life or death reason, you reinforce the pattern of a loser. Your brain learns from your actions, not your intentions. You can promise to change 1,000 times, but if you don't take action, your subconscious won't believe you. When your subconscious doesn't believe you, your destiny becomes predictable. Mediocrity. Here's what losers don't understand. The discomfort you avoid today becomes the regret you'll carry tomorrow. The effort you put off turns into the frustration that will consume you for years. But when you force yourself to take action despite your fears, fatigue, and the voice that tells you, "Better tomorrow," something magical happens. You begin to respect yourself. When you respect yourself, you no longer need others to push you. You no longer seek external motivation. You no longer beg for inspiration. Because you've discovered the most powerful secret in the world. You can create your own energy. Let me tell you something that will transform your perspective forever. The difference between a champion and a loser isn't decided in moments of glory. It's decided in the gray moments, when no one is watching, when no one is watching, when there is no applause. It's decided when all you have is your word, and you must choose whether to honor it or betray it. Champions get up when they don't feel like it. They train when their body says no. They work when their mind seeks distractions. They don't do this because they are masochists. They do it because they understand that those moments define their destiny. Every time you take action when you don't want to, you make a deposit in your personal trust account. Each time you push through the pain, you build a version of yourself that will be unstoppable. However, if you only act when it suits you, when you have energy or when the stars align, then you are building a weak version of yourself. The one that gives up when the going gets tough. The one that looks for excuses instead of solutions. Look in the mirror right now and ask yourself with brutal honesty, How many times have you started something with enthusiasm, only to abandon it when the novelty wore off? How many times have you promised to change, only to fall back into the same patterns? Each time you gave up, you learned that you can't trust yourself. Every broken promise has eroded your self-esteem. Every unfinished project reinforced the belief that you are someone who starts things but doesn't finish them. But all that can change today, not when you feel ready, not when you have the perfect plan. Today, real transformation doesn't start with a big event. It starts with a small decision that you hold fiercely. The decision that your word is worth more than your comfort, that your future is more important than your easy present. Taking action every day is the most powerful statement you can make. You're telling the universe, I am not a victim of my circumstances, I am the creator of my destiny. When that mindset takes hold and that identity solidifies, you become an unstoppable force. You no longer react to life, you direct it. But here's the problem. Most people confuse willpower with self-discipline. They believe they need more motivation, inspiration, and reasons to act. Fatal mistake. Motivation is emotional. Emotions are volatile. They rise and fall like the tides. If you depend on them to take action, your progress will be inconsistent too. What you need is not more motivation. You need an unbreakable system. You need a structure that forces you to move regardless of how you feel. Professionals don't wait for inspiration to work. They have schedules. Elite athletes don't only train when they feel like it. They have routines. Successful entrepreneurs don't only make decisions when they feel confident. They have processes. Your life needs the same structure. Define what you are going to do each day to bring your vision to life. It doesn't matter how small the task is. What matters is that you do it daily. It matters that it's non-negotiable. Do it without making excuses, because it is in that daily repetition and seemingly insignificant consistency that the character that conquers worlds is forged. If you apply what I'm about to tell you, it will change your life. Real power isn't in doing big things when you feel big. It's in doing necessary things when you feel small. It's in following through when you're tired, when you're afraid, but you still move forward. It's in taking action when you doubt yourself. It's in those moments of voluntary discomfort where greatness is born. Anyone can act when they're inspired. That's no big deal. The merit lies in acting when inspiration and motivation are gone, and all that's left is your decision to be consistent with yourself. This consistency, repeated day after day, becomes an internal force so powerful that it redefines your identity. You are no longer someone who tries to be disciplined. You are someone who is disciplined, period. When that identity takes hold, everything changes. Your posture changes. The way you talk changes. The way you make decisions changes too. You're no longer pretending to be strong. You are strong from the core. But let me warn you about something. The path of self-discipline is not comfortable. It will require you to break patterns you've cultivated for years. It will demand that you step out of your comfort zone, not just once, but every day. You will have to choose short-term discomfort for long-term freedom. Most people aren't willing to pay that price. They prefer immediate comfort, even if it means sacrificing their future. They choose the ease of today over the possibility of greatness tomorrow. But you are not the majority. If you were, you wouldn't be here listening to this. There's something inside you that knows you can do more, that you deserve more. You have the potential to build something extraordinary. This inner drive is no coincidence. It's your destiny calling you. It's your future screaming at you to wake up. It's the most powerful version of yourself, demanding that you take action. Don't ignore it anymore. Don't put it off any longer. Don't negotiate it away. Take action. Forcing yourself to take action every day means developing a whole new relationship with pain. While the weak run away from any discomfort, the strong actively seek it out. They understand a fundamental truth. All growth requires breaking. To build muscle, you have to tear muscle fibers. To expand your mind, you must question your beliefs. To transform your life, you must destroy your comfortable self. That process hurts. It is this pain that separates winners from losers. Losers interpret pain as a sign that something is wrong. Winners, on the other hand, interpret it as a sign that something is working. When you feel resistance to taking action, when your mind looks for excuses, or when your body resists movement, that's not a sign that you should stop. It's evidence that you're growing. The muscle of discipline develops just like any other muscle, with progressive resistance, with constant repetition. It requires the will to keep going, even when it hurts. Each day that you choose to act despite emotional pain, you strengthen your ability to tolerate discomfort. This ability is directly proportional to your potential for success. All great achievements require going through periods of difficulty. Big dreams demand uncomfortable sacrifices. Extraordinary lives are made up of ordinary moments of silent effort. If you can't tolerate the pain of progress, you're destined for the pain of stagnation. I assure you that the pain of regret is 1,000 times more intense than the pain of effort. Here's what the masters of life understand. The pain of growth is temporary. The pain of regret is permanent. When you're 70 years old, looking back won't make you regret the days you forced yourself to act. You'll regret the days you didn't. The efforts you made won't hurt. The opportunities you wasted will hurt. That's why forcing yourself to take action every day isn't self-cruelty. It's an act of compassion toward your future self. It's a gift you give yourself. It's the highest form of self-love. You're telling your future self, I care about you enough to do the hard thing today so you can have an extraordinary tomorrow. But most people live backwards. They choose the easy thing today, condemning their future selves to mediocrity. They avoid the discomfort of effort and embrace the discomfort of stagnation. Don't be like most people. Choose the discomfort that builds over the comfort that destroys. Choose the pain that strengthens over the pleasure that weakens. Choose discipline over indiscipline. Your future self is watching you right now. They are watching you in this moment of decision. What will you choose? Will you continue to be the person who makes promises but doesn't keep them? Or will you become the person who takes action regardless of how they feel? This decision defines everything. Your self-esteem, your confidence, your destiny. If you choose to take action, you will send a powerful message to your subconscious. I am reliable. I follow through. I do what I say I'm going to do. When your subconscious believes that about you, you will begin to act from that identity, automatically, naturally, effortlessly. However, if you choose to procrastinate, make excuses, or seek comfort, you will reinforce the opposite identity. I am someone who cannot be trusted. I make promises, but don't keep them. I am someone who always finds a reason not to act. From that identity, failure becomes inevitable. Every action you take is a vote for the kind of person you're going to be. Every decision is a statement of identity. Every day is an opportunity to redefine yourself or confirm who you are. What are you choosing? Let me tell you about something that transformed my life and the lives of thousands of people I've worked with. The concept of the unbreakable chain. Imagine that each day you fulfill your commitment to yourself. You add a link to the chain. At first the chain is weak. 1 link, 2 links, 3 links, easy to break. But with each passing day and each additional link, the chain grows stronger, more solid, more unbreakable. After a week, you have 7 links in your chain. After a month, you have 30 links. After a year, you have 365 links of accumulated strength. That chain becomes your identity, your power, your inner security. But here's the crucial part. Each day that you break your commitment, you lose more than just a link. You lose the entire chain. You have to start from scratch. That's why great people don't allow themselves days off from discipline. They understand that it's not just one day, it's their entire identity. It's all the confidence they've accumulated. It's all the momentum they've generated. Is it really worth destroying all that for a moment of comfort? The answer is obvious. But most people don't see it that way because they live in the immediate present. They don't see the cumulative consequences of their decisions. You can see them. You understand that every daily decision shapes your destiny. Every small action is a step toward greatness or mediocrity. There are no neutral decisions. You are either building an extraordinary version of yourself or reinforcing a mediocre one. There is no middle ground. So look in the mirror and ask yourself, which version are you going to nurture today? Because here's what few people understand. The extraordinary version of yourself already exists. You don't have to create it. It's something you have to unleash. It's waiting for you to make decisions that allow it to emerge. It's waiting for you to force yourself to act when you don't want to. It's waiting for you to choose growth over comfort. Each day that you act from a higher vision of yourself, you empower it. Every day that you act from a mediocre place, you weaken it. The question is not whether you can change. The question is whether you will choose to change. That choice is made every day, in every moment of decision. In every opportunity to act or procrastinate, time passes the same for everyone. The hours move at the same speed for the successful and the unsuccessful. The difference is not in the amount of time available, it's in how that time is used. The unsuccessful fill their time with distractions, entertainment, and activities that don't bring them closer to their goals. The successful fill their time with intentional actions, strategic moves, and decisions that build their future. But here's the interesting thing, they both have the same 24 hours. They both face the same temptations. They both feel the same internal resistance. The difference lies in a single decision, whether to act despite the resistance or give in to it. Repeated day after day, that decision creates two completely different destinies, two completely different lives, two completely different legacies. Your life right now is the cumulative result of all your daily decisions up to this point. If you don't like the result, changing the past is not the solution. It is to change the daily decisions you make from this point forward. Your future will be the cumulative result of the decisions you make starting today. If you force yourself to take action daily, your future will be extraordinary. However, if you continue to procrastinate, make excuses, and wait for the perfect moment, your future will be more of the same. The choice is yours. But you have to choose, because not choosing is also a choice. It's choosing mediocrity by default. I know you are worth more than that. I know you have dreams that deserve to be realized. You have potential that deserves to be unleashed. You have a life that deserves to be lived to the fullest. But none of that will happen automatically. You have to push yourself. You have to take action. Choose the hard path that leads to an easy life. The easy path leads to a hard life. The hard path leads to an easy life. That's a paradox the weak never understand, but the strong embrace it completely. When you consistently force yourself to do hard things, they become easy. When you only allow yourself to do the easy thing, even that becomes hard. Forcing yourself to take action every day isn't just a productivity technique, it's a philosophy of life. It's a way of being. It's a statement of who you are and what you stand for. When you adopt this philosophy and integrate it into your identity, everything changes. Your way of thinking changes. Your feelings change, the way you relate to obstacles changes. Obstacles cease to be reasons to stop and become opportunities to grow. Problems cease to be reasons to give up and become puzzles to solve. Difficulties cease being signs that something is wrong and become signs that something is working. You understand that the path to anything worthwhile is paved with difficulties. You know that your ability to navigate those difficulties determines your destiny. The weak avoid difficulties, and therefore never get anywhere. The strong actively seek them out because they know growth lies there. Which side do you want to be on? You can't be on both sides. You can't desire the results of the strong while acting like the weak. You can't want the life of the disciplined while being undisciplined. You can't want the destiny of those who take action while being one of those who procrastinate. Consistency is mandatory. If you want extraordinary results, you need to take extraordinary actions. Extraordinary actions require forcing yourself to act when you don't want to. That's the price. But it's a price worth paying, because on the other side of that daily discomfort is the life you've always dreamed of. Beyond that resistance is the version of yourself you've always admired. On the other side of discipline is the freedom you've always sought, but you have to cross over. You have to pay the price. You have to do the work. No one else can do it for you. No one else can force you. No one else can act on your behalf. It's your responsibility, your opportunity, your moment. What are you going to do with it? The moment of truth has arrived. You can remain the person who plans, dreams, and promises to change someday, or you can become the person who acts, delivers, and builds their destiny day by day. The difference between those two people isn't talent. It's not luck. It's not privilege. It's a single decision repeated with ironclad consistency. The decision is to act when you don't want to. If you make that decision today and renew it tomorrow and the day after that and every day after that for the rest of your life, you will become unstoppable. You will have developed the rarest quality in the world, the ability to do what is necessary regardless of how you feel. With that ability, no dream is too big, no goal too ambitious, and no vision too bold. Everything becomes possible when you're incapable of stopping yourself. Force yourself to take action every day, not for me, not for anyone else. Do it for yourself, for your future, for the life you deserve. That life is waiting for you. But it won't come on its own. You have to go out and get it. One day at a time, one action at a time, one decision at a time. Start today. Start now. Stop making excuses. Your extraordinary destiny depends